Hi there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company, passmyinterview.com. And in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to pass any interview if you have no experience whatsoever. So it doesn't matter whether you've not been to an interview before, but more importantly, it doesn't matter whether you have no work experience and this is your first job that you're going for. This tutorial will teach you how to pass the interview. Now, before I get into the tips and the sample interview questions and answers, a very warm welcome to this tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn. That's me there, the bald chap in the centre. I've been helping people to pass interviews for around about 20 years now. Been extremely successful at it. And I always focus on giving you top scoring answers. So the answers that I'm going to give you during this tutorial focus on the fact that you don't have any experience. So please do stick around, watch it from beginning to end. Please subscribe by clicking the red button below the video, and that way you won't miss out on any of the weekly tutorials I'm uploading. And also, I'd very much appreciate it if you gave the video a like. Thank you very much. So, how do you pass an interview with no experience? How do you pass it? Well, we need to make sure you focus on the following three things. So take notes, watch and listen, and by the end of this, you will know how to pass your interview. So the three things. Number one, the first thing, because you've got no experience, we have to make sure you focus on your enthusiasm, your self-motivation, and also your hunger for the job. So take a note of those, your enthusiasm, your self-motivation, and your hunger for the job. So if you think about how I'm trying to present this video to you, I'm trying to be upbeat and positive. That comes across in an attractive manner to people who are listening. So if you talk in this manner during your responses to the interview, then the interviewer and the hiring manager will want to know more about you. So when they say to you, tell me about yourself, if you have no experience, this is something to include in your answer. I am hardworking, I am self-motivated, and I'm committed to being the best I can be. Now, the fact that I am new to this industry means you can show me everything you need me to do and to the exact standard I must adhere to. So that's a great statement to say if you have no experience. For the first question, this is the first interview question, tell me about yourself. And you go, I'm hardworking, I'm self-motivated, and I'm committed to being the best I can be. The fact that I am new to this industry means you can show me everything you need me to do and to the exact standard I must adhere to. So that's powerful. That's a great thing to say. Now, the second thing, so we're going to focus on your enthusiasm, your self-motivation, and your hunger. The second thing, don't forget, you are someone who has no prior experience, but on that basis, you can learn how to do things the right way. And I cannot emphasize this enough. As someone who has employed staff before, hiring managers and employers want people who will do what they say. They want to train them in a way that they will then go off and do things to the right standard. And sometimes people who have lots of job experience or work experience are so set in their ways, they find it difficult to change. But you're going to be different because you've got no prior experience, so then you can learn how to do things the right way. So when they say to you at the interview, why should we hire you? You don't need any prior experience to answer this question. I would be saying, you should hire me because I'm effectively a fresh, blank canvas who has no bad habits and no preconceived ideas of this industry. You can show me everything that needs to be done so that I get it right from the get-go. I'm ready to learn and I'm hungry to succeed. So that's a powerful thing to say. You don't need any experience. You don't have to have worked before in order to say that. So the third important thing that I want you to focus on, there is only one type of interview question you will need to think carefully about answering if you have no experience. So there are three different types of interview questions. I'm going to come on to those now, and then I'm going to give you some great answers if you have no experience to help you pass your interview. So just to reiterate, there's only one type of interview question that you might struggle with, and you'll need to think carefully about answering. So the first kind of interview question, let's take a look at these three different types of questions. The first one is motivational interview questions. You can answer these if you have no experience. Tell me about yourself. I've just covered that. Why do you want this job? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Why should we hire you? I've just covered that. And also, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? So you need no prior experience to answer that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Here's the answer to that question if you don't have any experience. In 5 years' time, I see myself as a respected member of your team and also someone who can be relied upon to do a brilliant job for the company. I would also be happy to help you train up other people who join the company in a similar role to this one. So that shows that you want to be with them, which is what they want to hear basically, but also that you've been happy to help them train up other people in similar roles. So the second type of interview questions are research-based interview questions, which you can easily answer. These are the type of questions that go, why do you want to work for our company? What do you expect to be doing on a day-to-day basis? And you would just read the job description and just recite that during your answer. And then, what do you know about our products and services? We'll go on their website and have a look and tell them about their products and services. So the third one, these are the ones that you will have to think carefully about answering. And I'm going to tell you how to answer these. These are the tough interview questions, behavioral type interview questions. When have you worked as part of a team? Well, if you've not worked as part of a team before, you've got nothing to give. These are the difficult questions that we're going to really focus on in a second. Describe a time when you've worked under pressure, or tell me about a time when you delivered excellent customer service. That is a real common interview question. And you might be thinking, but I've never worked in customer service. That does not matter. So this is how you answer these questions. And here's another one. When have you worked under pressure to achieve a difficult task, which is similar to the second one? So you have to give a specific time when you did these things. So here's how to answer the question. If you have no experience, when have you delivered excellent customer service? I'm going to give you 2 example answers right now. So the first one is, although this will be my first time of working in a customer-focused role, I do know how to deliver outstanding service to your customers, and I also know how important this is to the success of your business. Whilst dealing with your customers, I would always smile, I would always listen carefully to what the customer needs, and I carry out my duties in a fast and efficient manner. So their experience of your company is a positive and enjoyable one that means they will come back to us time and time again in the future. So you're saying, yeah, even though this is going to be my first time of working in a customer focused role, I do know how to deliver outstanding service. So you're saying, I know what to do. And you could say that I've been on the receiving end of brilliant service, and I've also been on the receiving end of poor service, and I know what needs to be done. Here's another example. I have been on the receiving end of both great and poor customer service, so I certainly know what to do in this type of situation whilst working for your company. Someone who delivers great customer service is always positive and enthusiastic. They listen to the customer and they answer all of their questions and queries quickly and efficiently. They always check to see if the customer is happy with what they've done for them, and they always leave a lasting and positive impression on the customer, so they return to the business time and time again in the future. If you said that to me, on that question, when have you delivered excellent customer service, and you've got no prior experience, I would be extremely impressed with that answer. Let's take a look at another one. Tell me about a time when you worked as part of a team. Well, if you've never worked before, when have you worked as part of a team? A lot of people will go, well, I've not really done this before, but they don't back it up with anything else, but you're going to be different. Here we go. I understand that without teamwork, you would not be able to deliver your services to your customers to the necessary standards or even on time. And on that basis, everyone within a team must work together intently whilst focusing on the team objectives. This will be my first time as working as part of a team, and I would be looking forward to listening carefully to the team brief, putting a plan in place to get the task completed. And during the team task, I would communicate with my work colleagues and support them in every way possible. I'd be flexible in my approach to my work and also look for ways to make the team task more effective and efficient. So you're being positive, but you're also showing a level of intelligence because you know what needs to be done in that kind of situation. And that is just as good as somebody who has experience. Now, if you want to download my full set of 21 great answers to tough interview questions, click that link in the top right hand corner of the video. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments section below and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you to help you pass your interview. And also, if you've got a specific interview coming up, tell me what it is in the comments section and I'll give you a few questions to prepare for. Hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, and don't forget, it doesn't matter if you don't have any experience, you can pass your interview. Good luck.